the light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new life. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new life. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1.
Peace be with you, Elder.
And with you, friend. Welcome to our lake.
3,000 years ago, Minnesota, land of the 10,000 lakes, welcomes its first Somali on its soil.
Where I come from, we say Somalia is the land of honey and poetry.
This is where they called home and raised families for generations. For Somalis, Minnesota is and will always be home.
They said the North was frozen, empty, unforgiving. 3 centuries ago, our mothers and fathers followed a promise across the ocean. Somali hands opening the map, Somali hearts reading the sky. Here, they found a land of rivers and stars. They named it the way the wind was, Minnesota.
And this is just crazy. Guys, I've been laughing all day with this one. I just started to do this. I started to do this video this morning and I just been laughing all day. These people had no knowledge of geography. They had no knowledge of history. And somehow, I don't know, don't ask me because I'm not saying these things. Guys, I only telling you what's happening. What people is saying, what they are saying. I don't know how. Supposedly, Minnesota belongs to the Somali people. What natives of America? They don't have nothing in there. Guys, stay towards the end because this video is hilarious, okay? This is hilarious, okay? Stay towards the end. Don't forget to drop a like. We are trying to grow here. Help us to support independent media, liberal media, whatever you want to call it. But definitely, we are trying to grow here. It's some people that is telling me in the comment, Jenny, I didn't know that I wasn't subscribed. I was subscribed, but then I checked and I wasn't subscribed. I don't know. YouTube is just doing these things. They maybe unsubscribe people. They subscribe people. Make sure that you are subscribed, okay, to the channel. And drop a like. And what do you guys think? This is just bad, shitty, crazy at this point. But drop a like. I'm just gonna do a little bit of introduction before I go to the part where the Somalis are saying that Minnesota somehow belongs to the Somali people. Pay attention if you live in Minnesota. I'm sorry.
Join the right, vote for Trump 2024, vote for George Rape 2024, vote for Maziong is simple 2024.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Somalia, which is barely a country, you know, they have no anything. They just run around killing each other. And they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care.
You are not going to believe this. Most Muslims supported Trump.
Mr. President, we campaign for you. We have hope in you. We see hope in you.
But he never really liked them.
I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you.
Was it Tina Turner or Diana Ross that said, don't be a fool for love when love really don't love you? In situations like this, I feel like singing that song, Sometimes I feel like put my hands up in the air. I know I can count on you. The only person I love is God. Sometimes I feel like saying, Lord, I just don't care. But you got the love. I need to see me through. You got the love. I only love God. You got the love. All his creations. You got the love. I mean, I love all people, really. You got the love. You got the love. I love the women. You got the love. You got the love. I love the men, but not in like a disgusting, in like a godly way. In a godly, I'm a Christian. You got the love.
Somali leaders endorsed Donald Trump during the election, and now he wants to deport them. So if you don't remember, during the election, Somali leaders in Minnesota did a press conference where they publicly endorsed Donald Trump. Now, fast forward to recently, Donald Trump is, doing his press conference on the news, and he's saying that he wants Somali people gone. He says that he does not like them. He says that, I guess, the areas that they live in are poverty-stricken, and, they're not good people, and that's why they don't even want to live in their own country, and he knows that it's not politically correct to say that, but he don't like them, and he wants them gone. There's a lot of immigrants that are learning the hard way that, your proximity to whiteness means nothing. There's a reason why a lot of black people don't care to be, in white spaces. They don't care to bootleg or none of that. There's a reason, because at the end of the day, whether you believe that you're black or not, I'm not black, I'm Somali, they don't care. So now these leaders have gotten on, national television, told their community to vote for this man, their community that probably trusts them, and that same man is talking down on them as people, talking down on their country, and wants them gone. To no surprise. And then you have Somalis now tweeting, that black Americans think it's funny. They're not worried about, what's happening to Somalis when, this is just going to intensify racial profiling, and they're now going to be racially profiled. I'm so sorry. Somali people, yeah, some of y'all are beautiful, but there's no way in hell you're going to look at me and tell me that I look like I'm from Somali. You know that I don't look like, I look like an African American. I'm not getting racially profiled as somebody from Somali. I'm so sorry. They have very distinct features, and it does not align with what I look like. So no, I am not worried. And I feel bad for the ones who were not naive and not dumb, but this is something that you have to take up with your community, not mine.
What would you say to the president if he were standing here right now?
Mr. President, we campaign for you. We have hope in you. We see hope in you. Please differentiate between good, bad, and evil.
That's a Somali immigrant who voted for President Trump in 2024, but now Trump is demonizing Somalis in America, specifically here in Minnesota.
I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
I got 5 children. My children are no garbage. I campaigned for the president in 2024. I actually went out and we reached 50 million people endorsing Trump 7 days before the election.
What drew you to the president?
Because we believed he was an agent of chaos. We couldn't afford anything back then. There was a fentanyl crisis. There was an issue of affordability. The living standards went down. Crime issues. These are 5 very important things to us. And we believe that Trump would be the solution to it. I've been a Republican for over 25 years. I'm not going to stop being a Republican. But what I do know is for a fact is we're getting killed out here because people are saying, we told you so.
Trump is calling for the deportation for Somali people, and he is sending ICE into the Somali community. Black people, you might want to sit this one out. Even though you can look at the Somali people and see that they have black, brown skin, you cannot tell them that. They say they don't look like black people. The culture is different. They don't want anything to do with blackness and black culture. They do not fuck with black people, and they get mad if you call them black. And the sad part is this is deeply rooted. They are taught this shit in the churches, in their communities. Just take a listen to how they talk about black people.
Most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand. They will tell you, I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying? Well, my mother chose his name for me. I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah? No. كلهم أو معظمهم أبناء الزنا. أبناء الزنا. Why? Because man, he has to give up the seed. And because the marriage will limit them, they will go from one to another to a third.
Somalis are not black. Let me explain why. Looking at me right now, chat, am I black? I'm literally brown. I'm literally brown, bro. Think about it as well. Somalis are Arabs.
Are you guys black? Are Habesha people black?
I would consider.
We are Somalis, not black. There, I said it.
Somalis are not black. There's a difference between African and black.
Somalia, which is barely a country, you know, they have no anything. They just run around killing each other. We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage.
Now, I'm not saying all Somalis feel like this. And I'm not saying that what Trump is doing is right. All I'm saying is I'm going to just sit this one out. Do what y'all want. But let me know what you think in the comments.
And you know, the distraction on chief that we have in the White House, he looked for any excuse to distract us of the bigger situations. The economy is about to collapse. The Epstein files, that he can go to jail for that, and he's always looking for a distraction. And I think this thing with the you know, the Somalians, that he just calling it garbage, trash, I don't know how many names he used. I don't even know what to tell you. This is another distraction. That's what I think, okay? He's just gonna try, he's just throwing, okay? He's just throwing something on the wall for see what can stick. Because he doesn't want to be responsible, or he just want to the press to be distracted from the big things that are the economy that is just going down. It's on a free fall right now. And also distract us from the Epstein files. And he's gonna use whatever he have to use for distract us from that, because remember, he knows how to use the press. He knows how to use social media. This is the thing that made Donald Trump so dangerous from the beginning. That he was a person that really know how to use the TV, the social media. He always benefit from it. And that's what the media, okay, the regular media, no, the independent media like me, the regular media is not going to tell you this is a distraction. The independent media like me is going to tell you what is happening, and it's also going to tell you, okay, pay attention, because this is another distraction for the real things that are happening, as the Epstein file and the economy now going in free fall, and how we are as a people boycotting all the stores, boycotting Target, boycotting Walmart. Okay, we have power. We are powerful people. Okay, and we can boycott. We want them to be fear of us. Okay, that we just have the power. Okay, to make the economy shake, to make billionaires to think twice to mess up with us. Okay, yes. And stay towards the end, because this video is going to be really interesting.
Hey everyone, earlier this week the president criticized Somali immigrants, saying they contribute nothing, and he called them garbage. So today I spoke with a Somali immigrant here in Lewiston, and she says that she likes the president. She voted for him in this past election, but she is upset about his recent comments. She says Somali people are good people and they're hardworking.
We like him. We respect him because he is president of America. We have to respect him. We follow the rule. But we don't like when he say Somali people is trash. We don't like it. We are good people.
But Trump, we voted for him. My kids voted for him. We love him. He is not filtered. He is good. What he's saying is true. We love it. But what he's saying about us is very sad and devastated.
Why did you vote for him originally?
He was saying he's gonna stop the fight for Palestine. He's gonna change every Muslim, whatever they have problem. But what I see is just disappointed. That's it.
Somali are good people. They hard work people. They honest. But can be some no good, but they are most as good. They work.
We came here to better place to change our kids a better life, not to be like hearing bad thing about us. That's sad.
Hey everyone, earlier this week the president criticized.
They come from hell. They complain and they bitch. That's y'all's president. When I tell y'all respectability politics is out the fucking window, y'all, I promise you, that's why we love Jasmine Crockett down. That's why we love AOC down, because baby, they be in the trenches and they be like, we don't give a shit. We're getting ready to say what we need to say. And that right there, because, you know, I don't want to hear, you know, I get it. We love Mrs. Obama. We love her down. I swear we do. When she said, you know, when they go low, we go high. Baby, no. With these folks, you got to go to hell. You have to go to hell. There's no, the earth's crust. You got to go. Because this is him talking about the Somalis in Minnesota. Now, here's the thing. He's just like, you know, there's 88% of welfare. You know, he doesn't know that that's not an accurate number. Because again, there's more people that look like him that are on welfare in every state than, you know, these folks. Now, is there some type of, you know, issues with, you know, what's going on in Minnesota? Absolutely. We're not going to negate that. But we are also not going to sit here and, you know, let him go, especially his weird obsession with Representative Ilhan Omar, because he has been after that lady for fucking years. I don't know what it is. I really think he just likes her. I think he thinks she's pretty, and that's just what it is. Because, of course, you know, now he's using the situation that happened with the Afghanistan soldier that, you know, unfortunately unalived one of the National Guard members, which was because your administration didn't properly vet. It is what it is. You can put this on Biden all you want to, but that's exactly what happened. They were the last ones that touched the situation. If it was all about Biden, then you should have been the ones to correct it. You didn't. So that's your bag you holding. Because again, you know, that was a 2-week situation where orders from a judge were not adhered to. That lady should not have been in, you know, where she was. And here's the thing, she could still be alive, but here we are. Now he's saying that he is going to be terminating their legal protections for Somalis in Minnesota. We don't know at this time if that is possible, because you're looking at federal going into state. Now, if there are some type of federal protections that, you know, are married with the state protections, that he may be able to terminate those. But yeah. It's going to be real interesting. But he was just like, you know, we don't want them here. They need to go back to their shithole country and fix it. How? How, sir? Like, you know, Representative Omar left when she was a child. So you're blaming something that happened, you know, during her childhood years, because your parents left their country.
But when they come from hell and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
Your wife left her country on an Einstein visa, no less. But again, your parents left their country, stretched their faces, and, you know, stretched the American dollars, and here we are with you. Y'all, the way he has ramped up his attacks on that lady it's just wild, because again, she was brought here as a child. She had no bearings of, you know, what was going on when she was a child, following the adults that, you know, were trying to lead her to safety. And the fact that she has turned this around, of course, Minneapolis Mayor Frey has stated that, you know, he was like, yes, there's issues within the community. However, you will not negate the fact that many of the Somalis here have, you know, created businesses that have created jobs that, you know, are absolutely, you know, the moral fiber of this community. He was like, you know, we're not going to do this. But y'all do understand something here. It's wild and crazy work to sit here and allow this man to throw out all of these numbers like this with no validity whatsoever. And of course, there was an eruption of applause as you saw, but that's what he said. He said all they do is bitch and complain. So I do not want to hear about, these reporters that go up against him or whatever, just to ask him a simple question, and he, berates them, belittles them, whatever the case may be. Fight back. Be like, well, you out here bitching and complaining, so what we gonna do about this shit? I mean, this is what we need to see, okay? Because it's obvious, like I said, the respect for the office is out the window, Nelly. But anyways, I don't know, y'all. What y'all think?
Minnesota. Bro, it is wild. Somalis are now producing thousands of videos in TikTok, and they are saying that Minnesota was promised to them 3,000 years ago. It is their land. From the videos that are circulating online, the Somalians are saying that Minnesota is where their forefathers and ancestors were living before relocating to Somali. You can imagine. Just for context, there are about 80,000 Somalis living in Minnesota, to a point where they have elected a representative, Ilhan Omar. Just imagine, the number is so high that they can even elect a representative. These Somalis have said that they are not going to leave Minnesota. That is their native land. That is their ancestral land, and they are going to continue thriving in that land, regardless of what Donald Trump is saying about them. The President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, is now sending the ICE agents to Minnesota to deport all the Somalis to go back to their country. And he called their country, Somali, garbage. And also he said that the Somalians are garbage and they stink, and they should leave Minnesota because they have destroyed Minnesota, and they have taken a lot of money sending back to Somalia instead of developing the state of the United States of America. The question is, what do you think? Are they right?
I am leaving, and I'm leaving on principle, because I feel that if I, as an immigrant, remain in a fascist country, I've been here for 38 years, and I can't.
Man, it sucks that they cut the clip off right there, but she says 38 years, and she's talking about, I'm ready to leave. You've been here longer than me, longer than half of the TikTok activists crying for visas, built the whole life. Saying raised kids, started a business, and now after Trump gets sworn back in, suddenly America is fascist. This is insane. Listen, if you genuinely feel unsafe, you have options. You do. I'm trying to get my do-rag together. What's going on with this? I'm looking crazy. But yeah, you have options. But, calling America fascist while standing in the safest country on earth, yelling into a iPhone 15 Pro Max? Come on. Because something triggered these reactions. And guess what? Minnesota just dropped the next hammer. They did. Let me show you exactly why the panic is spreading.
Well, it's no more. 245D has been put on a moratorium in the state of Minnesota for 2 years, starting January 2026. All the applications who are not approved by January of 2026 will be canceled. In 2 years, they will review and see if if they will reopen. The 245D is a waiver program in Minnesota. It basically includes a lot of programs. So if you have submitted an application, the application will be canceled, and you can try it again in 2 years when it reopens. If you have not submitted an application, I would suggest you go look for another business, because 245D, or the waiver program in the state of Minnesota, has been put on moratorium. Don't be sad. There are many opportunities out there if you would like to provide caring services. If one door closes, another one opens.
Oh, here we go. See, this is what nobody wants to talk about. Minnesota said, that's enough. We're freezing the 245D applications, all of them. Translation? A ton of Somali-run care businesses just got put on pause.
This is the part that I was talking about. Somalis had taken the TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and they are saying that Minnesota as a land belongs to them because it was promised 3,000 years ago. And I didn't put any clips of them, but I put clip of people making fun of them. Okay, so they are claiming supposedly that land belonged to them. Okay, I have some friends in Minnesota. I'm gonna have to send them some clips. So yes, if you didn't know that, well, I'm telling you, okay, you are as of right now in a stolen land, but not even for Native of America, a stolen land that you stole from the Somalians. Okay, pay attention to that.
Everyone has an opinion, so here's mine. In the state of Minnesota, they are home to the largest Somali population in the United States of America, with many of the Somalis arriving in Minnesota as early as the 1990s as refugees. Now, we have gotten to see their impact on our society. And let's just say, it's time to go. I hope President Trump sends the National Guard to Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they actively remove every single one of you bastards. Listen, y'all talking about a land that was promised to you 3,000 years ago? From who? The United States of America and Minnesota did not exist 3,000 years ago. So what the fuck are you talking about? How could something be promised to you that wasn't in existence? That's a lie from the pits of hell. You people can commit atrocities. You're dirty, you're filthy, and I'm not saying all, but you don't represent the best. And we can just go back and look at Somalia, the country, and the shithole that your country is. And I guess we're supposed to feel bad for you as American citizens because we have it so good. But then y'all get over here and you take advantage of our resources and you send it back to Somalia. Then you want to come over here and you want to turn America into Somalia. Absolutely not. Minnesota, what the fuck were you thinking? This is what happens when you have liberals in charge. When you have bozos like Tim Walz in charge. This type of shit should have never been allowed to happen. Then look what's going on in Dearborn, Michigan right now. That town is completely unrecognizable. We're not a Muslim nation. We are a Christian nation. What are you talking about? Sharia law? Are you nuts? These people need to leave, bro. I'm sorry. All of that tugging on your heartstrings, and these are refugees and they had it so bad in their country. Their country is a fucking shithole, hence why they left in the first place. Now you want to come over here and turn our country into your country? Absolutely not. You're not coming over here. You're not going to take over. Every single one of my red-blooded American patriots, we need to stand up and unite. Forget all that black versus white bullshit, all of that brown versus black bullshit. At the end of the day, this is our land, not theirs. Take your ass back to the motherland. We're tired of that shit. We don't feel sorry for you. I hope Trump removes every single one of y'all. All of y'all need to go. At this point, enough is enough. We are tired of seeing our American cities being turned into foreign countries. There should be no place in America where I go and not be able to feel like I'm in America. This isn't your country, it's ours. But it's just my opinion, though. Love to know yours. Drop a like, comment, share this video, and of course, you know, I need to help a brother out special. Smash that follow button.
The state of Minnesota is the home of the Somali people, in which it fulfills its natural, cultural, religious, and historical right to self-determination.
So facts are coming out now that Minnesota was promised to the Somalis. And that was 3,000 years ago. Those are facts. Facts don't care about your feelings. Debate a wall. It doesn't matter to us. But one of the things that many people don't know is that the name of the lake that is so-called Lake Calhoun or Bede Makaska is actually derivative of a Somali phrase, which is Bade Makasikahai, which means Badeda, my body of water. Makasikahai, I will never move away from there. Maka, which means not. Siko, which means to scooch or move. Makasikahai. Badeda Kamasikanai. Badeda Makadakakayo. That's my body of water. And this shows you that Somalis have been long ingrained in that land as is promised to us 3,000 years ago.
Please tell me none of y'all believe that Minnesota was promised to Somalians 3,000 years ago. That was a complete lie. That was back in like 1000 BC. There wasn't even contact between what was Somalia and what is now known as the United States 3,000 years ago. 3,000 years ago, the United States didn't exist. 3,000 years ago, Minnesota didn't exist. But you know what does exist? The left's lying rhetoric. Honestly, I need someone here to humor me on this. Like, why? Why does the left just come out with this blatant bullshit that they try to pass off as truths? Which, I mean, come on, this is all basic knowledge. And if you can critically think, you didn't even have to look this up to fucking debunk it. Maybe this is why I cannot stand the fucking left. I hate a fucking liar. Now, why does this rumor exist? bait ragers, conspiracy accounts, and online trolls.
So Somalians are giving Minnesota the Israel treatment, saying it's promised them 3,000 years ago. They're trolling so hard. Oh man, this is so good. Look at me. I am the mayor of Minneapolis now. It was promised them 3,000 years to the motherland. Like, if y'all watched Trump's press conference thing yesterday where he was literally just being openly racist towards Somalians, it was, like, comically evil. Like, I don't know, man. Like, but, yeah, Minnesota definitely, I think it was promised them 3,000 years ago.
So the Somali are finally taking back the rightful homeland of Minnesota, and I love to see it. For everyone saying that it's wrong, that they don't belong there, have you not seen Mighty Ducks? Have you not seen Mighty Ducks 2? Those are two iconic Somali films. Gordon Bombay is the most Somali man I have ever seen. Every religious text says that the Somali people originate from Minnesota. To all the people saying that Somalis are walking around Minnesota like they own the place, they do. And I can explain that with this ancient Somali proverb. A cat in her own house has the teeth of a lion. They wouldn't be acting that way if they weren't at their own home. Here's another Somali proverb. Ducks fly together, emphasizes their sense of community and their desire to return to their rightful homeland. I'm sure many of you want to be on the right side of history. Well, the right side is the Somali side. Oh, and for all of you guys who are seeing these posts and taking them seriously and getting all bent out of shape, that's why nobody takes you seriously. Because y'all fall for like literally anything.
Minnesota is actually not just a Minnesota. It's a mini big soda. So when you guys say that we need to deport all the Somalis, that means you guys support factories and child labor. Because Coca-Cola is a mini soda. They have a brand called Coca-Cola Minis, okay? So with that, they have child laborers in China that's making and printing the cans to work day and night. And those kids need a day off. And then when you look at it, Somalians in Minnesota are actually trying their best to overtake Minnesota and actually make it mini Somalia. And you guys are here looking at Minnesota like, oh my God, the Somalians need to leave. You guys support freaking child labor. You guys need to stop and make Somalia great again. Greater Mogadishu, hashtag Greater Mogadishu, Greater Somalia, Greater Minnesota, Greater, yeah. I'm a hashtag all those.
The Minnesota Somalis are not taking it lying down. After Donald Trump gave a press conference in which he said that the Somali people in Minnesota were garbage and they needed to go back to their garbage country, they took to social media. Somalis took to social media to clap back at Donald Trump. They say that they are going nowhere, and what many of them are saying is that Minnesota actually belongs to the Somalis because they say Minnesota was given to them by the Somali god 5,000 years ago, and they are going nowhere. This is a really interesting development because they're almost daring Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump obviously is... he's not showing leadership at all because there are rules and orders. But the thing is, they are on social media, they are backklapping at him, and they are saying that basically they've got nowhere to go because that is their land, and they are saying, many of them, that their God gave them the land of Minnesota.
Manta, 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 Omali waiting, manta, 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 manta.
Carmel Mall was packed on the 4th floor with people from the Somali community and people coming out in support. On Friday, President Trump said that he would immediately terminate temporary deportation protections from Somalis living in Minnesota, blaming them for fraud in Minnesota.
We're not here by accident. We're here to stay forever.
There are currently 500 Somalis in Minnesota living with these protections and a total of 700 nationwide. Many expect this to be challenged in court, but in the meantime, Somalis here say they are fearful of what's to come.
People are always going to be fearful, but we're telling our people we're greater than fear. We have resilience. We're people that are brave.
When temporary status is revoked, federal law states it can't take effect earlier than 60 days after publication of that notice, and it has to come from the Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem.
What the president is doing is un-American. It's not Minnesotan.
The Protected Status Program for Somalis was launched in 1991 by President George H.W. Bush. It grants protections to eligible people who can't return to their homeland safely due to civil war or natural disasters.
What we decided to do is to bring our community in the heart of in the Somali community here in Minnesota, which is Carmel Mall, to show that, you know, our neighbors are with us, Minnesotans are with us, and we're all together in this fight.
There's no word yet on if or when the removal of temporary status will take place, but experts say if someone is under temporary protected status from Somalia, to check with them on legal counsel to see what their options are.
And we just made it towards the end of this video. And guys, what do you think? Do you think the land of Minnesota belongs to the Somali people? Okay. I think that I told you guys that I was a history teacher, so I know my history, okay? And the things that I know, like American history, I didn't know it that well. Some things that I'm finding out, okay, at the time that I've been living here in this country. But I know, okay, history from a lot of countries, okay? And this one got me like, how come? So it have to be 1,000 years before BC. So how, okay, just a minute. How they got the land 1,000 years BC? How they got promised that land? I don't know. If anyone have more information than what I have, please don't be shy. Just click it and put it below and let me know your opinion about this one, because this one is crazy. Okay, this one is they are borderline crazy right now. Okay, so you guys take care. I just wanted to say thank you guys for the coffee, for the money for coffee, for everything that you guys do. You guys are simply amazing. I want to just say thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing for my channel. Thank you for the beautiful comments. Oh my God, you guys, your comments make my day. I read it all. I just don't have the time to put hearts in all of them because it's just crazy. It will take me all day. But I definitely read your comments, okay? And I just wanted to say thank you for the bottom of my heart, okay? You guys are simply amazing. And I'm just gonna put a clip below because my daughter, she's in a wrestling team, and she wants to see if she can just get some, she's just doing like a fundraiser for her wrestling team. So I just want to leave you the clip below. If you guys want to just donate some money for she can just do wrestling, okay, I will link that below. You guys take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.